A lot of us probably know what to do and what not to do to protect our accounts from getting scammed or hacked. But some of us need to be reminded of those things that we should not do or we should do to protect our Nitro Type account, or I guess any other accounts. Now, while some of these things might be pretty obvious, some of us still need to be reminded of these, because I see a lot of Nitro Type players like complaining that they got their account scammed, or maybe they got hacked or something like that. So this is just like a reminder of like what not to do and what to do. So one of the things that you should not do is account sharing, especially if you've been working on your account, like if you've been typing on it a lot, and like I don't know, like if it means a lot to you, then you should not share that account with anyone else at all, because like once the account is stolen or something like that, then it's gone. So don't share your account. Don't try to trade accounts. And sometimes you might be pressured to do it or something like that, and the best thing you can do there is probably just end the conversation, leave the conversation or something like that. Because I see a lot of players talking like there's nobody around, like it's a private chat on a public chat. Sometimes like on a YouTube live chat, like they'll be talking like to trade accounts or something like that, thinking that there's nobody there in the chat, like there's nobody watching the stream or something. And sometimes it might say like there are only 2 people watching or something like that, but that's not always accurate, or they could just be watching it in a way that it's not going to show on the numbers. So if for whatever reason you do decide to trade accounts, which you shouldn't, but maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just your sibling and you're fine with that, then make sure you're not doing it on a public chat, even if you think there's nobody there. Don't save your password on other people's computers, or maybe on a public computer, like maybe a library or I don't know, something like that. Because if you save the password, then the next person that logs on Nitro Type, they can probably see your password and change the password and take the account. So you're giving them easy access to your account. Even if it's on your computer, I still wouldn't suggest saving the password. But like if it's a computer that only you use but nobody else, then you can probably save it, I guess. So when you're using somebody else's computer or like a public computer, make sure you don't save the password. When it asks you to save the password, just say never. When you're recording videos, make sure you don't show the hand cam when you're entering your password, because if I can see while you're typing when you're entering the password, then I can probably just figure out like what key you're pressing and write it down and then enter the password. It's that easy. So when you're entering your password, make sure you're not showing your hand cam. And one more thing, this is not really to protect your account, but if you're like, it doesn't necessarily have to be a friend or anything like that, but if you can just be a good friend to someone and save their account by, for example, if it's like when 2 people are chatting and thinking that there's nobody else. So if you're there, you can just tell them that you're there. That way the person doesn't share the password, and let them know that they're on a public chat, even though they will probably already know, but they just think that there's nobody there. Or if they already put the password, what you can do is go to Nitro Type and log in with that account that they put on the chat, change the password, have a copy of the password somewhere, and then you can give it back to the person that put the account information on the chat. You can give it back to them later. That way, if there's somebody else watching but they're just being quiet waiting for the account, then if you don't take the account, then they can take it and nobody else would know who took it, and the account would be gone. But if you take the account, save it for later, like save the password and the username in your notes or something, and then you can give it back to the person that put it on the chat later on a different chat, on a private chat, of course. So in conclusion, don't try to account share thinking that the other person will erase for you or something. Don't try to trade accounts, and don't put your login information on public chats or conversations. Well, that's really all there is to this video, and hopefully you learned something, and maybe you can save a few accounts from getting scammed or hacked by strangers, I guess.